Hi.
Hi, hello and welcome. It's the Kid and Erna Show,
Yes.
your weekly dose of hypnotherapy, spirituality, personal development, life, us.
And the
That is
sound you might
Kat.
hear in the background is two boys playing in the garden.
Yeah, nice, nice. So that's Kat. My name's Erna. And in this episode, because it's been so freaking warm in both our countries and we're not used to it, we're basically melting. We're just
Actually,
going
you can't see
to,
me in a minute.
yeah. It's like, oh, I can see it. It drips off of you.
Yeah, it's freaking hot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm stuck to my chair.
Yeah, I might be as well. Ooh, that's another story. A hypnotherapy story. A hypnosis story. Yeah, we
Yeah,
are melting.
we are
But
melting.
yeah,
So we're just going to update you on our lives, what's going on. Last week we already did a tip of the, well, a tip of something talking about uh, a Facebook group that we are setting up because Kat and Erna go spiritual. We're taking it to another level.
yeah.
But speaking about spirituality,
Hmm.
you had an exciting weekend.
I did. So
Tell
I'm
me.
not only melting, I'm also exhausted. Hey, win-win.
Shh, you are hyped. You have so much energy.
I
You
have
should have taken
a
my van.
huge amount of energy and now I need a sip of water.
Oh,
But yeah,
okay.
I am attending a course called the Academy for Spiritual Development, I guess, in English. And we focus on mental mediumship. And that's where you interact with the spirits through your mind or your hearing or your feelings or your taste or smell. That's the way.
Yeah, one of your senses is
Yeah,
used to communicate.
yeah. We also have the physical mediumship, and that's where you have a medium who can have contact with the spirit and then kind of be one with the spirit so that they can talk like that spirit used to, or they can manifest with what's it called? The thing that they can, I'll check into that. But they can kind of manifest into something like the person they were, so that's visible, or the spirit
Whoa!
by using the physical medium. But that's not the thing I'm working on at the moment.
But it is cool.
It is really cool, and there are books from beginning of the 19th century or the end of the 18th, I can't remember, where they have pictures of that. I can't remember, that annoys me. Where you can see that material being manifested as a person on the pictures um, from the old cameras they had then.
Wow.
Talking about that, there's a movie on Netflix called Kardec. He has written, I think, 3 or 4 books on the subject, and he was a teacher and not into that at all, spirituality and such. But then he got to know some friends that invited him to sit in on things or something. Can't remember, but it's really interesting.
Nice.
So I
Oh,
can recommend that.
maybe if there's someone out there that does that,
Hmm.
they can come in the show.
The physical thing.
The physical, yeah, not so much to do a physical thing,
No, no.
but to talk about it, what it
Yeah,
feels like and how they do it.
I know someone, but I don't know if he wants to do it in English. But
Okay, well, we'll see. We'll see.
we'll
It is a
see.
possibility. We've got
Yeah.
something new. Anyways, go on, go on.
Anyways, this weekend
You
was about clairvoyance. like using your abilities. For me, it's some feel it, like I said before, some smell it, some hear it, some see it, some, and I'm kind of like getting it in thoughts, or just like a quick visual image. And I have been able to hear things. I've only tried it twice. The first time I got freaked out. I was about 14, and I heard my name being said out loud, and I was like, ugh! I was about to go to sleep, and then I couldn't. So I decided that I didn't want to hear anything. And the second time, I heard somebody. I was in the living room with my family, and the kids were young, like 2 and 5 or something. So there was a lot of noise, and the television was on, and cooking, and then all of a sudden I heard this kind of scratchy, like when you try to find a channel on your radio, the old radios where you have that noise. And I heard someone talk. And I'm not crazy, and I don't have schizophrenia or anything. So I didn't get scared. I went into the bathroom, and I just sat, and I did like this, and I'm like, I can't hear you. You have to try again. And then when I talked, it was all of the scratchy thing. And when I stopped, I could hear someone say something, like in a bottle or something. But I couldn't really hear it because of the freaking loud family. But that didn't scare me. But ever since then, I haven't heard anything. So I am working on that. But we had to practice a lot of stuff. We tried to have a silk thread, and we had to sit with it like this. And we had to, every time we had a vision, or whatever you have when you when you have contact, we had to stop and write it down, stop and write it down. That was one of the exercises. We had an exercise where we had to look at another person and draw their aura.
Oh, that's cool. Hey, you know how to do that.
Yeah, except from the fact that I can't see it. But our teacher said that if you have, like I do when I do clairvoyance, a word like red in your mind, you don't see the color red, you don't see the color physically, but you have the word red. That's good enough. But I just want to be able to freaking see it. I want to see it.
With patience, my dear.
And you know what? I'm sick and tired of people telling me that I need to be patient, because that's the what do you say? That's the something of my life, the story of my life.
The bane of your life.
Patient. It will come. Yeah, when I say patience.
When you're ready, dear.
That was one of the messages for me as well. Patience. Yeah. And we did, what did we do? Then we had to, again, but then it was about chakras. Then we had to draw and aura, I guess, our person in the past, the present, and in the future on the same piece of paper.
So it's indeed like 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. And then in 4 months, when we're done, we're going to do it again to see how things have evolved.
So what do you draw? Do you draw then the aura, the colors, or the physical person, or
you could do whatever. Some had there was one, she drew 2 birds sitting on a branch, and a tree with lots of leaves on it, and I'm not good at drawing, and you don't have to be, thankfully, but it's still kind of embarrassing to show your artwork
with the whole class.
Kind of what's the word?
Awkward.
Abstract. That's what we call it when it doesn't look like anything. But yeah, but for me it was, I should get it, but it's way out there. but my younger person, my past was, I drew kind of a silhouette of myself, but with arms and down with the body, but not legs. Kind of like it looked like a dress ending with a dress. And I thought of myself as a young girl, a child. And then I just started with like kind of the aura, and then in the middle there was kind of like a vortex and a lot of stuff going on. And in the middle there was still a lot of things going on, but not as chaotic as in the
The
childhood.
first one. Yeah.
And in the future, I drew something that I didn't realize, that if you flip what I'm doing right now, it looks like an eye. And in the middle, I drew a square box, and in the middle of that, I had the core, which was red and purple and green, I guess.
Oh.
Yeah.
Will I have a look later at the drawing I made, what your vortex was look like, your cores look like?
Yeah, and actually,
Looks like.
you could look. Why don't we do that? You look into my drawings and give your intuitive reading of it, even though you didn't do the drawings. Perhaps you're able to do that. I think
Yes.
you can.
That would be cool.
And then I can compare with what I felt drawing it and what our teacher gave us feedback. It wasn't her who was supposed to give feedback, but the students did, and she moved around, and then she gave some as well.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Hmm?
Cool.
That was fun. And then and when I have to do that, I'm kind of like, shit, I can't see aura. Shit. I'm supposed to, okay, I don't have to see aura because this is about me. And some of them are like, okay, I'm thinking about when I was young, I did something like that. That's this color. I don't do that. I just pick a color and then I draw something.
Yeah.
And then afterwards it's like, I didn't think of that. I just did something.
Yeah, but that's intuitive.
It is. But
So
when people
that's
ask
good.
me, what did you think of?
Nothing.
Nothing.
It's intuitive, so you don't need
Yeah.
to think.
No. We also, when we did the aura thing, drawing where we had to look at another person, I did the thing where I had a word and then I chose the color. And the person I sat opposite from, who did my drawing, she's sharp. She's like, I was like,
Ah,
yeah. Because she automatically, and that's what I mean, that's not what I did. I looked at the color. I was told to look at the colors.
Yeah.
But she tuned in to me and didn't focus on the colors, but she focused on, where can I see that there is an unbalance, something, because we have just been taught that you have the first layer, which I don't know the word of in English, and then the second, where you can see, I don't know if you've been taught the same thing, because there are different ways, but about a person's health. So you can see if there are any.
Yeah, the second layer is the brightest colors. It's like red, orange, yellow, green, blue.
Yeah.
And they correspond with the chakras, and the chakras correspond with the different organs and glands in your body.
Yes. So she tuned into that. And then she began telling me about things I had problems with physically. And this person didn't know me. First time I met her.
Oh.
And at first she was like, I'm getting a headache. And I didn't have a headache. But during that exercise, I felt dizzy and I felt nauseous and I felt everything. But she mentioned headache. And as someone I know who suffers a lot from headaches, and as she said, I'm not supposed to tune into anyone other than you, so sorry for that, but that could be it. So that was one thing. Then she mentioned something about something under the chest, and she was like, oh shit, I don't know if I have to say that, because I'm not going to go into anything with, could it be breast cancer or something, but it wasn't anything like that, and she felt that, it's not that. But it's something right here, something with the ribs. And I have a kind of like one of, what's the word in English? No, one of the spots you can have. That's not a prickle.
Yeah, sort of
We call it a beauty mark, but that's not.
yeah,
Yeah. A
but it's
mole.
not exactly a mole. Yeah,
Yeah.
mole.
I have a tiny one that's really annoying, and it's right here where if you
For
have
your
a,
brows.
yeah, and it itches and it annoys me. And the day before, I thought about calling the doctor for having it removed, because there's nothing wrong with it, because I've had a specialist look at my entire body, not embarrassing at all, to see if there was anything wrong recently. So I know nothing's wrong,
Good.
but
Well,
it's
that's good.
annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she knew that. And then she said, well, there's something about the stomach. Hmm? The day before, when I drove home, suddenly I had massive stomach cramps, like really painful, and feeling like I needed to go to the toilet.
Yeah.
And I have a long way home. But
Oh,
yeah, then I came home and I couldn't get rid of it, but nothing happened. It's so, but yeah, she fixed all that as well. And then something about my shoulders. I have a tendency to do this instead of this. So I'm often I have a slight pain in my shoulders. And then she said, well, I think I'm done. But maybe your feet. Should I mention something about your feet? I'm like, what? I have been wanting to call the doctor because I had something with my nails on my big toes, that either it's a nail that's not
grown
growing
into the
anymore,
oh.
or it's nail fungus. So I need to have it checked. And
Yeah.
she couldn't tell because I had nail polish on. So it wasn't like she knew because of her being able to see it.
Yeah.
What? You haven't met me before, and you. So she was amazing.
Wow.
And the last thing, I think, we did a lot of stuff, but we had to, the blind drawing we had to do with Mette about our
Yeah.
hand.
Yeah.
Imagine that you're sitting opposite from a person and you have a piece of paper and a crayon. Now you have to draw that person's face
Oh shit!
without looking at the freaking paper. So you start
Without
drawing
looking at the paper.
without looking at the paper. You start drawing,
Oh
and
shit!
your mind really badly wants to look down on the paper, and you know you can't. So I was like, I couldn't even look at her, because when I looked at her, I had to draw something, and I didn't. So then I looked at my crayon. I was like, oh shit, where am I going to put it down? And it was the most amazing drawing ever. Not, but Picasso, if you just imagine that you color the little things, and one of her ears were in her cheek, and
so maybe he did that. He invented it.
That's the thing. So we had to look at our drawing and then give our own perspective of what it meant. My glasses were sitting down here, and I only had the place where my eyes were supposed to be. I didn't have the iris or anything. It was just, so my first thought was, well, I'm blind. And then followed by, obviously, I'm not wearing my glasses. And I took it as, well, if I just put them on, even though I didn't really have an eye, but aside from that, if I put my glasses on, which is easy, I would be able to see anything I need to see.
Yeah.
So it was kind of the things you complain about, you don't know what to do or how to, la 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 la. If you just focus on what you need to focus on, then you're able to see what you need to see.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was the message. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And a lot of more stuff.
Yeah.
But it was fun.
Oh, I can imagine. That is actually exciting, eh?
It is.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Love seeing your progress.
So we've been put into study groups and we get to have an hour, I guess. Yeah, an hour with our teacher between every module.
Yeah.
And after the next module, we get to have. Is it? Why am I thinking of 2 hours? The 2 hours we get? No, it's not. But,
Don't ask me.
no, but then we have the chance to have individual uh,
Feedback or reading
from
or
her. Yeah, I guess kind of both.
yeah.
And we will be giving for clients a session after the next module at the same time where we are located.
Yeah.
And then after that, we'll be looking into connecting with spirits and healing and reincarnation and yeah.
Cool.
Cool.
That is really cool.
Mm-hmm. So I'm into regression right now. So if anyone wants to have a session on
Regression.
therapy with regression,
It's nice, huh?
yeah.
Yeah, I love it too.
It's
Past
exciting.
lives are so freaking interesting. Oh,
The teacher looked at a drawing that I made and she told me, oh, I have something else after that. She told me that it looked like I had been in some kind of convent in a previous life, and that I had been kind of between religions. Like I couldn't really figure out which one suited
one or
me,
the other.
and that I wanted to go my own way, but there were restrictions because of that. And you know what? She used to work with a famous medium in Denmark,
Yeah.
whom I've met, and now I'm getting the goosebumps, whom I met in the 90s. And he told me, and remember, she didn't know me back then, and this was
Yeah.
a where there were hundreds of people, and he did a reading on me. He told me that I had been a nun in a previous life. I was like, I was
Wow.
about to cry, and I went to a Catholic Protestant school,
Yeah.
where we had to go to church every day, and I've always had something with churches. I like going into churches. I like being at cemeteries, and I just find peace there. I'm not a Catholic, but the school were mainly Catholic,
Yeah.
and we had a Catholic church nearby, which we
Would visit or go to or
a lot. And there were these, when you are Catholic and you enter a church, you have to put your finger into this holy water and do sign of
the cross. Yeah.
And I felt that I needed to do that. So I did it when no one was watching. So it just, what? You're saying the same thing he's saying. I'm like, and
Wow.
the day after the night, I dreamt that I was in the same place with the chairman and the one below him. They were present.
Yeah.
And I could hear, he said something about Fröken Astrup, and I said, where do you know her name from? And he said, well, because she's here. And then I heard a laughter, and then someone talking, and I said, well, I can't hear you, because we did talk about how I were able to and couldn't. And then her face manifested in front of me, only she had like a thing on her head like Mother Teresa, but aside from that. And then we had a talk, and she was the head mistress on the school.
No.
Yes. I was like, what the beat is happening here? So that was weird.
Oh, I can imagine. That's really weird.
So
wow.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. But then what about you?
Well, last week I helped my VA and my daughter to start their own freelance business as
Mm.
virtual assistants. So doing every week a meeting just to get them set up, and I have them work on their name and logo and branding, and just to support them and have them make something of their lives and be independent.
Yes.
So that was fun.
Mm.
And I did a energy coaching session with someone I didn't know, which was absolutely also fun. Lots of goosebump moments. And it's like with in the podcast with you. She said, oh, at the end, she said, oh, I really thought that you were just going to get my energy up, but this is something totally different. I have had so many breakthroughs.
Mm.
It's unbelievable, which made it so much fun. And
Yeah.
it was she did she did get some insights on things that she already knew but didn't think about it, or didn't make the connection
Yeah.
between things in her life and her energy. And so that was cool. And for the rest, I have just been working working on um well, actually trying to make some videos, which is still, I make videos for the manifesting confidence group every Thursday, no problem. I am getting used to doing lives. A little bit of problem, but I still do it. But then I my VA said, well, you actually should think of making some reels, making some videos for reels, because that's that can get you clients. It's like, what do I talk about? Well, you just tell people what the effect is of your coaching and why they should do that, and just a minute or a minute and a half, not longer. Okay, so I'm thinking of subjects to put in those reels. And then I thought, you know what? I have this this program for public speaking. Let's see if I can just finish that this weekend. I was looking at it. I've got all the text and everything is ready. I just need to make some videos.
And now I'm going to ask you something,
Yeah.
because I heard you saying, I want to see if I can make videos this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't hear you say this weekend I am going to make the videos that
Yeah.
I'm going to post.
Yeah.
So already you decided that it weren't really certain that you were going
Well,
to finish them.
I was actually planning on finishing them.
Yeah, you were
And
planning
also
on it.
and also the videos for the public speaking program. But first, for the videos of the reels, I'm not that good in just get the camera and go for it. I need something to hold on to, like little word or
But are you only having little words or sentences, or are you writing a,
no,
that's
I'm
the
writing,
problem?
yeah, exactly. I'm writing it out, but I find that it comes out so not normal and not
Exactly.
natural. So I made some videos and I was looking at them. It's like, no, this is not good.
No.
No, this is not going to work.
So you need to do
No.
what?
So I need to let go of this fear that's holding me back and just freaking do it. But then it was also like really, really warm also in the house. So my hair was like,
Anna,
my face was like sweaty all over, and I just couldn't concentrate. So it was a good excuse to not do it.
So the next time you're just going to get yourself a bucket of ice water and you're going to put your head into it and you're going to lift it up and then you're going to do your life. Even though you look messy, look at my hair today. It looks
Yes.
but I'm here.
Yep.
So it doesn't freaking matter. It makes you
I
look
know.
natural. It makes you look like a person.
Really?
Really, I'm sorry to say, but yeah.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If I were
so
next to you, I would slap you. Get moving, woman.
oh, I can feel it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I
I
know what
just
you
have
mean.
to kick myself in the butt. Well, then there was the nice excuse of a dog that was also overheated and had severe intestinal problems.
Ouch.
Yeah, yeah. So I've been cleaning the house and oh, and I was going to no, I we were planning on doing an operation on a dog with a friend of mine, and I was there to help. We put the dog into anesthesia, and then the dog said, F you, I am not going to sleep. And we gave her some more
Oh,
anesthesia, and she still struggled. So we decided to not do the operation because she just didn't go to sleep. And at that point, we couldn't do any other protocol because there was too much sedation in the dog already. So
oh.
we didn't do the operation.
And now you lost me. Because why are we all of a sudden talking about a dog who needed to be operated when we started off by talking about you having to do reels? You
Yeah,
lost me somewhere.
yeah. It's my weekend was chaotic. It was
Okay, but yeah,
chaotic.
okay,
That's the so
because
this represents my weekend.
okay. So you're going to
So
do a reel today. Yeah, okay.
of
Sounds
course,
awesome.
of course, I'm going to do a reel
And
today.
your piece of paper, you're just going to tear it apart.
What piece of paper?
Exactly. Because when you have that, you feel like you need to say everything that's on it. And if you can't remember everything, you need to look at it and then it doesn't look natural. And then you're not going to do it
No,
because it doesn't look natural. And you want to look natural,
no.
but you can't look natural because everything is planned out.
Breathe, breathe. Oh, oh, what I did do.
Yay.
Yes, yes. I did do the aura meditation that I planned to translate and um, make it my own and then record it.
Yes.
So that
Sounds awesome. And how's that course going?
the course is actually so nice. We're doing the chakras at the moment. And so it's like um, the chakras itself, what it stands for, but also the areas in your body that it's connected to, and what you should start working on as a healer to be a which issues a person has, which is
Mm.
connected to which chakra, and where you focus on when you're healing someone.
Mm.
Wow,
Yeah, wow.
that one.
Do
So
you
yeah.
know, not do you know, how many chakras have you learned that there are?
Well, there's 7 basic chakras, the big ones, but there are more in your whole body because you've got chakras in your hands and in your feet. So there's more.
But what about the spleen? Do you work with the spleen?
Yeah, the spleen is the 3rd chakra.
Okay. Because we've been taught that there are the 7 chakras, and then there's the 8th, that is the spleen, but it's underrated. It should be much more
Well, there is an
present
8,
in the
but the
teachings.
8th chakra is above the body. It's
Hmm.
not the spleen. It's here. It's like here somewhere.
You see, that's the thing, that regarding who you're learning from or what they've been taught, It can be different.
Yeah.
Healing, chakras, auras, mental mediumship. So that's why I told our teacher that even though we can look up things we want to learn about ourselves, it would be nice if she took us in the direction of her teachings, so that we don't sit and get confused because we've read some method and she's using another method.
Yeah.
So we want to lean on the one she's teaching for now, so that we can.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why, you know, I did learn about the 7 chakras, the 7 main chakras in your body when 100 years ago, when I did my first training. Well, ask my children and they tell you that I was born in prehistoric times. So
yeah, but you look great.
thank you. I do my best, huh?
Yeah.
So yeah. But that's also why I wanted to do this course, to just see it from a different side and maybe get some more information as well. So
I think it's awesome. I would love to know
maybe
as
I
much
can
as you.
translate it in English and then teach you.
Yeah. It's just I once had a book on chakras and on just a general kind of easy to read book, but it had different colors from each chakra, so that you would subconsciously learn that it was connected to the root chakra. And then there were pictures of the crystals that belonged, and then there were the things you should eat and avoid to eat, and where it was connected, and I think I threw it out. Why did I do that?
Oh.
Yeah. And I think it was because we had it in a house where there were mice or something. But I looked for it the other day and I was like, shit, I think it's gone. So yeah. It was a good book.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, I'm now making, well, sort of a book for myself, and I write in the color of the chakra. I've got those colored
Post-its.
Sharpies.
Yeah.
So I write with the colored Sharpie in the color of the chakra. Only the yellow one you can't see a thing.
And you can't choose orange instead.
No. So yeah, I'm going to just go ahead and finish that so that I have it in my head as well, because reading it is all good and well, but it's different than if you write it, huh?
Great idea.
And then also, if I write it, I can just look it up when I need for reference.
And then I know
write
it in
exactly
hand
where it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
But when you write it by hand and not using your computer, then you link it more to your memory. Then when we did the RTT course, I wrote notes like crazy.
Yeah.
And afterwards, I was like, I can't remember anything. So I rewrote the notes.
Oh my goodness.
Also, so that it looked nicer, because I couldn't, when I write fast.
Yeah.
Then when I write nice. So I rewrote them, and then I went through the course one more time to see if there were anything else I needed to add. So I sat with my rewritten notes and looked through, and every time there was something that I did here, but I didn't write down the time. Then I wrote, and then I rewrote it again.
But did it stuck? Is it in your mind now?
Yeah, it is in my mind now. I'm telling myself sometimes that I can't remember, but when I look through them, it's like, yeah, I know that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, exactly. So it is in there somewhere.
Nice.
Yeah, but it's a lot of work. But you have to know what's working for you. And I think it's a great idea with the colors linked to the color of the chakra.
Yeah, I'm at some point I was thinking maybe I should just take blank paper without lines and just write it on there, and then I can have a black paper and write the yellow on there so I can actually see what it says.
That's also a good idea.
And then I can make a little booklet of it for myself.
Yeah.
So I'm creative and it's informative.
Yeah.
What more do I want?
Nothing else.
More time, I guess.
More time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I still find that there's not enough hours in one day for me to get everything that I want to do done. But then on the other hand, if there were more hours in a day, I would still not get everything done that I want to do. Because
Other than
there's
the fact
always
that I
something.
agree with you, can I be honest? Because
Yes.
I'm struggling with the same things. But if you didn't spend all the time you spend on preparing how to do a reel, wouldn't you have more time to do something else
Oh yeah, for sure.
if you just did it?
For sure. Yeah, absolutely.
So you just told
Absolutely.
me you want more time. So now it's easier to do the reel because you know you will be saving yourself some time. You just
Thank you.
welcome. I'll try to remember that when it's me.
Yeah.
Or you also
Yeah.
more time.
That. Yeah.
Yeah, I know how it feels. Except from the fact that when I have to do a live, I usually it doesn't feel good that I'm doing it without much preparation, but I usually just start and then I start to talk and I feel a bit stupid. But all of a sudden there's
It
some
starts to
kind of
flow.
flow that I don't know where it comes
You
from.
got it from, yeah.
Blah 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 blah, and all of a sudden 15 minutes has passed. No, but a few minutes.
Yeah, but a reel, you have to have all the information in just 1.5 minute tops.
But a reel, is that only on Instagram? I'm old.
Apparently. Apparently.
But haven't I seen it on Facebook as well? Or is that shorts?
Well, shorts. Well, I think shorts and reels are
Kind of the same, right?
more or less the same thing.
But I think Facebook has I have you.
But YouTube has shorts.
Yeah, I know.
So Facebook should probably have it as well.
Well,
You going to look?
I am, but who has skirts then? If YouTube has shorts, I'm
I don't know. Maybe Instagram, Snapchat.
No, I can't tell. There's videos here and sound of someone.
Maybe we can just introduce.
What's he doing?
Uh,
He's drilling the toilet seat.
no.
Sorry. Okay.
Okay.
Maybe we could just. I'm not going to look into that. We could just what?
Maybe we could just introduce skirts in the Facebook group instead of shorts.
Why is it only shorts? What
Yeah.
about the women or the? I learned a few days ago that there are about 72 different kind of the sexes.
What?
I thought there were male, female, transsexual, 72.
I'm in the dark.
I'm just, whatever you feel like, whatever you want to do, I'm good with that. I just don't get it. It's not to be anything, but I don't understand. So if you can explain it to me, please do, because
Yeah, well, me neither.
Understand.
That's out of my league. I can do a lot of things nowadays. I can make my own website. I can make a sales page. I can make a freebie and I can make the links and to mailing list. I can make funnels. Gosh, the technical stuff. Yeah, no problemo.
So you'll just create my website, yeah?
Oh, I
used to be
can.
able to do it, but now I can't remember how. And I've tried, and when I do, it's like, okay, I
What?
can do that, but then I have to do, and don't talk about the easy ones. What I had one starting with a W. What's the one?
WordPress.
Yeah, so easy, so
Yeah.
easy. Not if you choose a template that you like and you want to edit something on it, and it doesn't apply with the template, and you have to do something else, and which template works with what you want. And then my mind goes, well, done. And I have been able to do it like in without using any templates. Just I used to be married to a graphic designer, and he taught me something, but I can't freaking remember.
Oh, well, I can help you. Oh, maybe Tint, Joy, and Nina can help you.
Yeah.
If anybody needs a VA, my girls are the best. They can
Yeah,
do it for you.
they're great. And you're dark now.
What?
It's only me being blinded. I thought you would becoming darker.
Well, I am. I feel I'm darker. I've got the light on.
They're kind of only a silhouette. Unless I go wearing clothes and you're not. So
Well,
maybe
if I sit closer to the window, then you don't see me at all because
no.
now the sun is shining in.
Okay, Anna, are we
Uh,
done?
Yes, we are done. Let's just call it a day.
No, we're just chit-chatting. Yeah.
Yeah, because it will be this
As
goes
always,
nowhere.
if you want to talk with Anna about any of the wonderful stuff that she's doing, energy healing, energy drawing, coaching, hypnotherapy,
I'm here.
then her details are in the description
And
of
the
the video.
same,
Yeah,
and the same, of course, goes for Kat. Yes, find her below. She's got so many things to give.
I do.
So, yes, you
And
have follow, like, subscribe,
subscribe and
hit that
that
bell.
for notifications.
Exactly.
So we'll see you again next week.
Yep,
Take care.
for sure. And we'll see what we're going to talk about then. Bye-bye.